Once again, welcome to our presentation today. My name is Travis Flaherty. I want to thank you for being here. We're going to get started. We've got just a little over 60 seconds until it's time to get started. We still have people that are migrating into the room today. I appreciate you being here and look forward to a wonderful presentation today about Uforia Science and how we are turning your DNA into custom state-of-the-art designer nutrition that's made just for you. So we're going to be diving into that topic. We're also going to be exploring our Health Pro model and the unique opportunity right now that all of you have to be among the first to be able to represent Uforia and our services to your customers, to your patients, to your clients. So with that, we're going to get started here in just about 30 seconds. Thanks so much for tuning in. And with that, I am showing 11 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. We like to be prompt, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started today. So once again, I want to welcome those of you that are here. Welcome to our Uforia Science Health Pro Strategic Partnership presentation. That's a mouthful. My name is Travis Flaherty, and today we're going to be diving into how Uforia is turning your DNA into custom state-of-the-art designer nutrition that's made not only by you, but for you. We're also going to be exploring the phase one of our strategic Health Pro partnership program, which gives all of you a very unique opportunity to be among the first to be able to represent these services to your clients, to your patients, and or to your members. And so with that, what I'd like to do first is I'd like to start with a video that just introduces you to not only the concept of what we're doing here with DNA nutrition, but also the process behind it. So welcome to Uforia, where being you never felt better. Let's kick back and let's watch this Mission Nutrition video.
The big question is, was your nutritional product made before or after your DNA test results? Uforia Science is the cell phone to the landline. It's Netflix to Blockbuster. Uforia really is an extreme human experience in an extreme scientific environment.
A one-of-a-kind custom-designed nutritional formula based on each person's unique DNA. That's really the groundbreaking technology behind Uforia.
Everyone wants into DNA right now. Of course they do. It's projected to be a $600 billion marketplace. So the problem is they'll do your DNA test, which is great, but then we've got your DNA, here, try all these prefabbed supplements, one size fits all. We just keep taking everything, hoping we get some results.
Up until now, we were buying a bottle of this and a box of that. It's the same stuff that everyone else is taking. And we had cupboards filled with every supplement you could imagine.
Your DNA is different from my DNA, and my DNA is different from everyone else's. So we shouldn't be taking everyone else's nutritional supplements. We should be taking those that are uniquely made for us.
We all have genetic variants that affect our DNA. That's why my eyes are brown and your eyes are blue. But we also have genetic variants that can affect our overall health and wellness. These genetic variances are called SNPs, single nucleotide polymorphisms.
Single nucleotide poly.
The SNPs that Uforia tests for are what I like to call the heavy hitters. These are the ones that can be compensated for with proper nutrition and can make the biggest difference in your overall health and wellness.
I guess when I think about DNA in my body, I always think about things that are obvious, like physical features or things that you can always see, that are right in front of you.
But there's all these little hidden areas of your health that you don't really think about, and they're affected by your DNA.
Basically, you take a simple non-invasive DNA test. You stick it in a prepaid envelope where it goes off to our medical grade labs, highest quality, highest standards of price. All right, time for Mission Nutrition. Let's go on this journey.
Your DNA is processed in a CAP-accredited, CLIA-certified, and HIPAA-compliant facility. Your data is secured, protected, and most importantly, accurate.
Your DNA results are going to reveal what SNPs you have that are affecting your overall health and nutrition.
Within a short matter of time, you get a secure link with your DNA test results, 35 pages talking about your genetic SNPs.
The Euphoria Wellness DNA report is easy to read, especially because it has all of your scientific DNA information just right in front of you.
Green means you didn't inherit from either parent. Yellow means you got it from one parent. And then red means you got it from both parents.
Understanding your DNA helps anchor that conversation about your wellness and removes a lot of the guesswork about your health.
And it confirms a lot of suspicions, like things that were going on with our bodies that actually make sense now.
It's not just enough to understand your DNA, there are things you should do about it. And that's where Uforia takes things to the next level.
The technology behind Uforia Science, the software, was over 24 years in development. It's proprietary. Nobody else has it, and it facilitates what we call the algorithm of you.
So here's the real issue. Suppose we didn't know we were taking enough of a particular nutritional supplement. In fact, we may be taking less than what we really require because we weren't overcoming our genetic weaknesses.
Or we think, I could take more of a particular vitamin or supplement and I should be okay. But we could literally take too much and be dealing with toxicity.
For years, we understood what nutrition and nutritional requirements were needed for humans. But it wasn't until recently, with the advent of genomic testing, that we could pinpoint and in a precise way determine genetic weaknesses and then supplement with the proper nutrition. And now, not only do we know what we need or don't need, Uforia Science translates that unique information into everyone's own unique nutritional formula.
It'll drop, based on DNA results, nearly 100 plant-based, peer-reviewed studied ingredients into one formula that we call Utrition.
We were very careful in choosing the ingredients for Utrition. They're all based on multiple peer-reviewed published studies.
There's no two test results alike, no two formulas alike. It's made specifically for you, dictated by your DNA. This is the only software of its kind on the planet, 24 years in development, and the only machine of its kind to prepare your unique Utrition. Utrition is a straight line of nutrition for you because it's made for you. It has your name on it.
Uforia creates your own personalized nutritional formula to the microgram, a clinical dosage of exactly what you need.
Currently, based on the SNPs we test for in Euphoria Phase 1, we can create nearly 400 million unique formulas.
And you don't have to wait for your Utrition to arrive to begin to experience some of these nutritional benefits.
While your DNA is pairing to your very own Utrition, people engage in the product Pretrition, designed to prepare your body for your very own designer Utrition.
Every U-Start kit comes with a 30-day supply of what we call the Pretrition formula. Pretrition is a very powerful combination of ingredients, including astaxanthin and AC11 for DNA repair. Pretrition is actually the foundational formula for everyone's finalized Utrition.
I've been involved with companies where they'll make a product and they'll find a headline ingredient, they'll just sprinkle a tiny bit in there and make it the headline for the marketing. Here, so much time and money, millions and millions of dollars have been put into this technology. So there's no cutting corners. When your product is made, your actives are clinical doses based on those peer-reviewed studies. They're not just sprinklings of powder.
To take your DNA, process it through software to determine what you need, then input that into a machine that creates your formula is revolutionary.
So we have the one and only Utritionator. Print your label, makes your product, ships it to your doorstep. Your name on it.
The science of nutritional medicine, which is what we call nutrigenomics, has finally entered the 21st century.
No other company has this technology, and no other company can do what Uforia can do for your health and nutrition.
I think our children are going to make fun of us someday and say, wait a minute, you guys all used to take the same supplements for everybody? Peace is priceless on today's planet, and knowing your DNA dictated your very own formula, it allows us to sleep at night, literally. Unlike what we've seen in the blind nutritional space, where it ends up in hype and desperation and overpromising, trying their hardest to distinguish themselves from their market twins.
DNA is everywhere now.
It's not just about family history, but it's about my personal health today.
So there you have it, Uforia Science, arguably the most significant wellness company in history. So welcome to Uforia, where being you never felt better.
All right, so now that we understand the process, let's dive in a little bit deeper. Let's talk a little bit about the history of nutrition. For the last 8 decades, we've been subscribing to a try this philosophy. Many of us have cupboards that are full of different vitamins, different supplements that we've purchased over the years. And really what we're doing is we're just trying everything, hoping that we'll get the results that what we need. And in some cases, this can be very expensive. It can be wasteful and even toxic depending on your current circumstances. And then, of course, we have designer nutrition, which is where Uforia falls. And designer nutrition is really understanding you as an individual. It's inspired by you, only for you. We're actually testing your DNA to determine specific mutations that have been passed down from your mother and your father. And then from there, what we're doing is we're taking nearly 100 different plant-based ingredients, and we are creating a formulation that is designed to fill the gaps, so to speak, in your DNA. The question that I would ask, if all things were equal and you were given a choice between a custom tailor-made designer suit or dress that was made just for you or one that was sold at Kohl's that gets the job done, which one are you going to choose? Customization is the future. Personalized healthcare is the future. The DNA industry as a whole is projected to be worth $600 billion by the year 2020. It's definitely a big buzzword when it comes to the health and the medical community right now. It all starts with a DNA You Start kit. It's $159, and that's the suggested retail value. And what comes inside of this kit, you get 180 veggie caps, which we call your pretrition. This is a gentle, mild cleanse. It's got a number of ingredients that target inflammation. There's prebiotics. There's digestive enzymes. One of the all-star ingredients is AC11, which if you're not familiar with AC11, we encourage you to go and Google and just take a look at some of the studies and benefits, health benefits that are associated with this particular ingredient and the conversations that are happening around it. It's one of the only known substances that's on the planet that has been clinically proven and documented to actually reverse the effects of aging, to be able to regrow your telomeres. As we get older, your telomeres start to get smaller and smaller. They start to fray at the end, and that's actually where the aging process comes from. And so it's a wonderful product that is designed to get your gut health in the right place and get your body prepared for your customized nutrition. Also inside of that kit is 2 swab brushes. You're going to swab your left cheek and your right cheek. You're going to put it into a prepaid envelope, and that's going to go off to our lab. And you're also going to receive a $100 discount towards your lab fees. Lab fees can run anywhere from conservatively $200 to $300, and I've even seen them upwards to $1,000. And so with our $100 discount coupon, you pay a one-time $99 fee to our third-party lab that authorizes them to be able to analyze your overall DNA. Now, of course, the lab that we work with is both HIPAA and CLIA certified, so your information is private and secure, never to be shared, never to be sold. And then from there, about 14 days later, you're going to receive that wellness action plan that they talked about in the video. The wellness action plan is very enlightening. People, there are a number of individuals that are out there that are on a health journey. They've been searching for answers or solutions to the challenges that they face. And so getting this report can often be emotional for them. It's a 35-page comprehensive report that really gives you the ins and outs of exactly what's going on and the results of the specific SNPs that we are testing for. Now, the SNPs that we test for are referred to as what we call the power SNPs, the big boys that are associated with many of the chronic illnesses that we face today. You'll see that we're looking at heart detoxification, oxidation, vitamin D, inflammatory responses, cholesterol, LDL, blood pressure. So, of course, many of these SNPs are, again, linked to a lot of the chronic illnesses that we face as a society today. And so you're going to find out whether you've inherited the SNP from mom or the SNP from mom and dad, or maybe you haven't inherited that SNP at all. For those of you that would like more information about these SNPs individually, we can share some more detailed, comprehensive information if that's what you're looking for. From there, what happens is we now take a bottle, and I've got a bottle right here I can kind of show you, and we put a label on it with your name. And there's a barcode right here. And this barcode actually represents the results of your DNA test. And the machine that you're looking at is a proprietary machine. We actually engineered and built it. Took 2.5 years and millions of dollars to build. And essentially what's happening is the machine scans the barcode. The results of your DNA test comes up, and then this little bottle goes through this machine, has 18 different coppers that contain nearly 100 different plant-based, non-GMO, vegan-friendly, gluten-free ingredients. And here's the key, that all have no less than 2 independent, peer-reviewed studies that associates these individual ingredients back to your individual SNPs. And so, of course, the idea is that we have now through genomics, we now understand that there are specific ingredients that can actually alter the expression of those genes. And so what we're looking to do is identify those, quote, dirty genes and then fill the gaps in your DNA using plant-based ingredients. From there, out the other side comes your customized formulation of nutrition. It literally has your name on it. There's no two formulations that are the same. There's nearly 400 million combinations, and yours is one of them. Now, a lot of people say, well, what's this going to do for me? The one thing that we've learned is we're careful not to make any claims. Number one, we're not allowed to. But number two, every single body is unique. Every body is different. And as a result of that, people are going to experience different things when they start to put an abundance of ingredients into their bodies. The question I like to ask is, what do you think, or how do you think your body would respond if you were to take nearly 100 of these different ingredients, plant-based, quality ingredients, pharmaceutical-grade ingredients, and put them into your body? How do you think your body's going to respond? I firmly believe that the body was designed to heal itself from the inside out, but it needs the proper raw ingredients and materials to be able to do so. Now, some of the results that we're experiencing, just to give you some examples of what people have experienced, my friend Kevin Shabbat, who happens to be on the presentation today, this is his testimonial. He has been struggling in the past with uric acid levels increasing, and as a result of that, high inflammation in the body and even gout flare-ups. And that was before Uforia's Pre-Trition and Nutrition came into his life. Back in October, he started taking Pre-Trition. He had his uric acid levels tested when he started to determine a baseline. And then at the end of January, you can see that the uric acid levels dropped from 9.2 down to 5.2, being able to keep his levels within perfect range, and his doctor is thrilled. So that's one example. Beverly's another example of just the common feedback that we're getting from those that are taking the product. So she started taking her product back in November. She started noticing small changes at first. So she started noticing that she slept better. Skin issues seemed to be smoother. Which makes sense. Your skin is the largest organism in your body, so it makes sense that naturally if you start giving the body what it needs when it needs it, it's going to respond in a number of different ways. Her hair started growing back darker, which we hear often. No new silver. Had somebody that sent a testimonial to me the other day. Lady says, what is in this product? I had my 6-week hair appointment scheduled to go get my hair touched up, and I don't need it because my hair is growing back darker. We don't necessarily have an exact reason why that's happening, but we're hearing that quite a bit. Dark spots are fading on the skin. Blemish is almost gone. Started looking over the sleep patterns on the Fitbit, and she said she was getting much more restless REM sleep, and she's down 17 pounds, 58 years old, never felt better. Carrie Bonesteel has liver disease, and she also had a wonderful response. She had her ALT and AST liver enzymes tested. The AST dropped 9 points. The ALT dropped 27 points, the lowest that they've been in 2 years. And the inflammation has also been reduced by more than 50%. So these are the type of testimonials that we're experiencing. Now let's talk a little bit about the strategic Health Pro partnership program and some of the benefits of partnering with Uforia. So the first benefit is that it gives you a unique selling proposition by being first to market. You know, healthcare is changing, whether it be it's becoming more and more difficult to get paid by insurance providers. There's definitely a movement to preventative health as opposed to just treating the symptoms. Personalized healthcare is definitely on the horizon and becoming more and more of a forefront of conversation. And so what this allows you to do is to be able to position yourself in front of these trends and to be able to offer a service to your clients, to your customers, to your patients, to your members that otherwise a lot of your competition are not offering. So that would be number one. Number two is it does promote an additional office visit in many cases. For example, my good friend, Dr. Todd Barber, actually offers or integrated this particular service into his practice, and he uses it to establish a baseline with his customers, with his patients. So, when they come in and they fill out, the forms initially just to get the background, he's taking that a step further now and using DNA testing to be able to establish a true foundation of health history rather than just having somebody fill out those forms. And so what happens is he actually swabs them right there in the office, and then they come back 14 days later to review that 35-page wellness report together as well as part of their overall treatment and therapy plan. So he's calling it nutritional therapy. And that's a wonderful opportunity for our health professionals to be able to create that additional visit coming back. And not only that, but it provides added value to your clients. Anytime that they feel better, they start having wonderful, these type of results that we just shared with you, they're going to associate that back to your overall care, which certainly leads to more referrals. You know, if you take a look or go back to just December of last year, give the gift of DNA. DNA was the #1 gift that was given at Christmas time. I remember seeing it at Target on the end cap. I saw the sign, give the gift of DNA. It's a big buzzword. And if you think about why companies like Ancestry.com and 23andMe have exploded onto the scene, it really comes back to simple word of mouth advertising. At the end of the day, you have people that get that wellness report back. They're excited to go share the results with their friends and their family members. And it's similar here. You know, when people get this 35-page report in their hands, again, not only is it enlightening and providing a roadmap to their optimal health, but one of the first things they want to do is they want to call mom, they want to call dad, they want to show their brothers and their sisters, and sometimes they even take it to work with them. And as a result, other people see it. And the first question that they ask is, how can I get this done? And so if you are providing this service, naturally they're going to say, well, I received this at such and such clinic. I received this at Dr. So-and-so's office. And so that's going to drive the referrals back into your office because, again, you're one of the first to be able to offer this service. You know, to be clear, we are the only company that in the world that has the capabilities, the technology, the manufacturing, the infrastructure to be able to customize nutrition and scale it. You know, I have a good friend of mine who has cancer. And one of the things that she did is she decided to hire a coach that can help her and coach her through this process. And the first thing that this coach had her do was to go have her DNA tested and then go see a doctor that specializes in customized nutrition. He uses about 45 different ingredients, and that process costs about $1,500 per month. And we've been able to take twice the ingredients and essentially be able to provide a similar service or even the same service, but be able to do it on a much larger scale for the masses for approximately $5 per day. So this is giving you an opportunity to be one of the first to be able to offer truly unique customized nutrition. Now, there are services and doctors and other patients that are out there that do targeted nutrition. They'll test your blood, they'll test your DNA, and based on which bucket that you fall in, they'll sell you prepackaged supplements. You know, for example, you might be deficient in vitamin D or vitamin C or vitamin A or whatever the case might be. And once they determine that, they reach up on the shelf and grab a prepackaged supplement. But once again, how much is too much? How much is not enough? So we're talking about the difference between, again, either blind nutrition and targeted nutrition versus customized nutrition, and that gives you a chance to be at the forefront, which ultimately allows you to capitalize on the personalized healthcare movement that is taking place right now. So how does it work? So our strategic partners get started with us on a 10-pack. They buy 10 DNA kits just so that they have these kits that are in your offices. They have an opportunity. We'll work very closely with you to help you integrate this into your overall clinic. You've already heard some of the ways that some of our doctors and strategic partners are using their pre-enrollment forms or their pre-registration forms to be able to determine kind of a baseline and understand whether or not there's an interest there with nutritional therapy. Even going as far as integrating this DNA kit as part of their standard practice to determine the baseline for their overall patients. So having those kits on hand is definitely helpful. When you purchase a 10-pack, you automatically get 25% off. So it creates an opportunity to be able to create a retail margin that's there. We have some doctors that suggested retail is $159. We actually have some doctors that are retailing them for as high as $199. So you have the opportunity to be able to control what that retail margin looks like. And then from there, what happens is every time that you sell 10 kits, not only are you going to receive a retail margin, but there are some opportunities there to be able to earn some additional income through some of the other bonuses that we provide, giving you kind of an idea of what that profit looks like every time that you move 10 kits at $690. Now, what's exciting and one of the things that most of our strategic partners enjoy about our program is it's not so much the margin that they're creating on the retail side. While that's nice to be able to create an additional revenue stream, they like the opportunity to be able to create a residual income. And the residual income opportunity works like this. We have doctors' clients chiropractors, for example, that are building a frontline, an army of customers. And these customers, the process is simply they come into the office, they swab at the office, they come back and review the 14-day report. From there, 30 days later, the customized nutrition arrives now on your patient or your customer's doorstep. From there, it's hands off, because once a month, Uforia is going to continue to ship to your customer. And every time that happens, you're going to receive an ongoing residual income stream. And so it allows you to be able to build that nice long-term residual income stream as well. And there's some other opportunities that exist there if your patients start to refer others. For example, we have a referral program that allows them to get their product for free. But all of that allows you to be able to capitalize on the additional referrals that are taking place. And so for you, your focus is simply added value, providing an additional service to your patients. Through that, you're going to be able to create an additional revenue stream, both on the retail side as well as on the back end on the residual side as well. For those of you that would like more information, you want to hear what people are saying about this product, you want to understand maybe what your members, patients, or customers or clients would say or what they would be saying, we would encourage you to go to DNA Nutrition Testimonials. It's a Facebook group that we've started. It has well over 5,000 customers that are part of this group that are sharing their testimonials, sharing their experiences. And I think that you'll be very impressed with what people are saying after they've made the transition from blind nutrition to DNA nutrition. So we would invite you to come take a look at that. And in closing, I would just say this, the conversations that I'm having with people almost on a daily basis typically sound something like this. One of the first questions that I ask is do you currently take supplements or vitamins? And that might be something that you would ask on a health questionnaire. And 75% of the time, they're going to say yes, 80% if they're baby boomers, 55 or older. And so from there, once I determine that they are already spending money on supplements, the second question that I ask is, what supplements are you taking? Do you currently take a multivitamin? Do you currently take other supplements that maybe target inflammation, maybe target weight loss, maybe target memory or sleep or whatever the case might be? And so once we get a determination of what they're currently taking, and even prescription pills, understanding what type of medication that they're on and why they're on that medication. From there, what I do is I then ask them a simple question. Were these vitamins and supplements designed for you, or were they made for the masses? And 100% of the time, people come back and say, well, they were made for the masses. I bought them at Costco, or I ordered them online, or I bought them at GNC. And then I just ask them one more question. If there was a way that you could have your DNA tested to determine your genetic mutations that are associated with many of the chronic illnesses that we face as a society today, and not only that, but then we have the ability now to be able to customize a formulation of nutrition that was made just for you that essentially addresses those dirty genes or fills the gaps in your overall DNA. If all things were equal, would you continue to take the generic supplements and vitamins that were made for the masses, or would you rather take something that was made for you? And 100% of the time, people come back and say, I'd rather take the customization. And I say, great, well, then I can help. And so that's the opportunity that each and every one of you have. What I invite you to do at this point is, if you have some questions, we invite you to get back to the person that invited you here. We can set up a consultation with you to discuss how this may fit, again, in your practice and or your clinic or whatever it is, your health club or whatever the case might be. And we can also talk about that unique opportunity that you have to be one of the first in your market to be able to bring DNA nutrition to your area. Uforia has a strong history, 20 years in the making to develop the software. We tested this particular product on 50,000 people over an 8-year period, but we didn't bring it to the retail market until January of this year. We pre-launched our company, and right now we're in phase 1 of our strategic health partnership program. Phase 2 is about 60 days away. When we introduce phase 2, we actually have a white labeling program that you'll be able to, or some of you will be able to qualify for if you are a licensed practitioner. And you'll actually be able to white label this to whatever branding that you would like, and be able to market as you see fit to your patients and to your customers and to your clients as well. So with that, I want to say thank you very much for tuning in today. We encourage you to get back to the person that invited you here, and they'll be able to set up that next follow-up scheduled appointment to have a conversation of whether or not Uforia Science and our strategic health partnership program is right for you. So with that, thank you guys very much for tuning in today. You guys have an outstanding day today. Take care.